Well, this is the moment, isn't it? 103 episodes into our One Club story with Hemel Hempstead Town, and we're taking part in my favourite cup final, a chance for our first big trophy, 12 years in to this One Club save. Yes, hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 One Club story from Hemel Hempstead Town with me, Daniel. It's part 103 today, and there's a little bit of symmetry in the two saves. Part 103 seems to be the most important one in both this year. We are here to face Arsenal at the end of the 12th season in the Premier League, but that is not a game that really matters at the moment, partly due to other teams' results, and thank God we're not relying on the end of the Premier League season for drama. But that is because we have got the FA Cup final with Hemel Hempstead Town in 6 days' time against Manchester City, which we will be seeing live later in this episode. If you're looking forward to that, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for daily FM22 content. We're having a fun summer in the head coach. We've got job news, we've got different competitions to normal and much more there. You can find the latest of that up in the eye above. There's also links to the Twitch channel and the football podcast up there. The FL playoffs just around the corner. Going to be plenty of fun over there for the next week or so. And there's also a link there to the new merchandise store. 5% off everything till the 7th of May by using code LOADFM5 at checkout. You can also support the show as a channel member down below if you wish by clicking the join button. But thank you as always for your incredible support. As we reflect on one hell of a season here at Hemel Hempstead Town, I almost can't wait for the end of season review because we've made such progress. And we look at where we are now as a sort of false position, but it's actually not really. All of those signings we've accumulated in the first 2 or 3 Premier League seasons, they have become fully grown men now. Most of them aren't wonder kids anymore. Most of them are now genuine Premier League players. And we've got a squad that should be competing between 6th and 10th place in the Premier League. And thanks to the others having a pretty average season and the bottom sides having a late rally, we are now in the Europa League next season. We've finished 6th. Newcastle and Southampton can't catch us. They've both had a woeful finish to the year. And we can't catch Manchester City. So in this game, we could essentially play our reserves. But I'm not going to. And we'll talk about why in a moment. What we should point out, though, to remember our fortune here. Because it's easy when you're having a good spell to think things have been plain sailing. The points total we got in our first Premier League season was 35. Wolves have got that with a game to go. And they're in the relegation zone. That's how lucky we are at the moment. It's a much tighter bunch Premier League this year. Every team separated by just 48 points. What we are going to do though is have a quick look at our recent results because yes, we've been playing teams with things to play for. We've also been playing teams that are under pressure and that has sort of worked in our favour. You were with me for the turnaround against Southampton last time after that FA Cup semi-final win. 2 games in 3 days, just a little bit too much. But what we had after that was 1 game a week. And you've seen it throughout this season, where we've had 1 game a week, particularly when home games have been involved. We've very rarely lost. And we've also had the difference this year of winning games late on instead of losing them. And the same pattern has continued since the last episode as well. We won 3-1 away at Brighton. Ricker and Torres' 2 goals, really crucial for us. Just after it was pegged back to 2-1, Torres got his brace. And that basically wrapped up the game. We were held at home to Liverpool. Zolis, one of our stars from the head coach, equalised after Charlie McNeil's first half goal. And then look at this one away at Chelsea. Wesley Fofana, another head coach star, thought he'd got Chelsea a point. And they were battering us for the last 20 minutes, by the way. After Mario Ricker's opener, in the 94th minute, we got the sucker punch on the counter. Carlos Torres with the goal. And we nicked a very undeserved win at Stamford Bridge. That leads us into this one with no pressure at all. Of course, Prince Shabinda can't play in this one. Haruna is cup tied for the final, so I might play him today. But if you look back at the last few months, the only games we've lost are when we've had the FA Cup on our mind. We lost the game after the semi-final, the game after the 4th round, the game after the 3rd round, and we lost the game before the quarter-final where we had a few little problems. Other than that, this year, we've not had any problems. We had that dodgy spell over November and the start of December. But apart from that, we've not really lost any games you'd expect us to lose. We've just lost away to very good teams. It sort of shows where we are. We've lost to the other sides in that top 9 away from home. We had a couple of silly ones at home when you consider that Leicester and Leeds are right in relegation trouble. But then Newcastle lost at home to Sunderland in a derby. So it is a bit of a weird situation here. We've got Torres, who's now the 3rd top scorer in the league. He's a wonder kid coming on leaps and bounds. Cordes is 2nd top of the assist chart. We keep talking about replacing him. If we can get a top class player in that position, how good are we going to be? Because I feel like we're not many players short now, and we'll look at why in the end of season review. First though, I've got to reflect on a very quick bit of news. If we go to our development centre in the under-18s, Toby Bliss has signed a permanent contract for us. And maybe it was a golden generation after all, because he has got 5-star potential. It's been creeping up and up and up. And I'm starting to think that maybe it was the youth intake that was wrong, rather than the preview back in December. That could be very special for us. And I'd like to get him onto the bench today if they haven't played a game already. With that in mind, let's go and face Arsenal. No pressure whatsoever. Now, unfortunately, we've had injuries in the week. Ian Watts, who would have been involved, is going to miss out. But I want to get that Toby Bliss into the team. Where is he? He's not quite fit at the bottom there, but I'm going to bring him in for Depay. And he'll come on in the last few minutes if we need to. I'm also going to play Haruna instead of McNeil, just because I want to give him one more go, see if he's someone worth signing. What that means is our 11 for today is full strength minus him. We've also got Shabinda ineligible against his parent club, so Danilo Jose is in at left back. What that means is John Moore's between the sticks, Chauvin and Jose the fullbacks, with Hannifan and Striker as centre half, Arlan and Du, Moreira and Haruna the midfield diamond, and then Rica and Torres up front. Rica 1 away from 20 for the season in all competitions, and Torres absolutely flying, 1 away from 20 in the Premier League. Let's see if he can get it. Well, an air of familiarity to this Arsenal team. They've still got Martin Odegaard. They've still got the 2 fullbacks, Tomiyasu and Tierney, and Ramsdale in goal. Still got Arteta, the manager too, and Saka on the bench. But they've also added the likes of Fabio Silva, Jamal Baptiste, who's at West Ham at the start of the game, and a sea of brilliant young players too. So this is a really interesting game. They're up in 3rd. They've been a regular in the top 4, well above City in recent seasons. So let's see how they do here. We're going to get through the tunnel interview into the first half. This isn't our most important game, but I'd like to show some good signs ahead of the cup final, as we're playing from the kickoff. Often a worry. Will it be a positive today? Danilo Jose. Back to Hannifan. Good chance for Jose to get 90 minutes, and Arlant's continuous strength in the holding role, as Jose finds Moreira to Torres. Been a positive, confident start in possession. Moreira picks it up in that deeper role. Goes back to Hannifan, the centre half. Charges into midfield. Look at the way he carries the ball now. He's grown in confidence so much. Lays off to Jose. It's back to him again. Finds Arlan, the Brazilian. To Moreira. To Haruna. To Ndu. To Torres. Oh, it's sublime. I hope VAR doesn't rule that out, because for 50 seconds from the start of the game, we have passed Arsenal onto their backsides. We've played through them. They hadn't had a touch. And the goal stands. The best 48 seconds of football you'll see from our side. It's 1-0, and what a start in the first minute. As Tomiyasu appears to be at left back there. What on earth's going on? He's taken a throw in on the left, and Tierney looks like he's on the right. That's madness. What's going on there as Torres gets down the left? Not seeing inverted wing backs that desperately as it's into Rica. I think that might be onside as well, you know. It looked like there was one defender straggling, and it could be a goal apiece for the strikers. Will it be 20 for the season? Let's find out. VAR checks. It's offside. It must have been close. But we have started like a house on fire here. You can see why we've done well at home to the big boys this season. As Arsenal play out from the back with Aaron Ramsdale. Pavlovic gets it. Goes wide to Tomiyasu. They are playing the fullbacks on the opposite side. That is absolutely baffling. He goes down the line. Elizondo picks it up. Forced backwards again. I'm sure they'll have superstar displays now, but it's not helping them defensively, as Fabio Silva's shot is saved by Moore. I'm pretty sure he carried that into and through the net, but the match engine animation I'm sure not reliable, as Buzio picks it up on the left from an Arsenal throw. Goes backwards to Pavlovic. Not sure where our strikers have gone there. Baptiste, though, finds Pavlovic again. And Du's the man pressing. Ricker had dropped deep. Fabio Silva finds Vicente. It's a very good Arsenal move. It's across the box. It's almost an own goal. John Moore sticks a leg out and gets something on it. Torres can break away though to Mario Ricker. I think Tomiyasu's played him on as he goes down the left. Cuts back from the byline in towards Arlan. Headers down and away by Baptiste. Danilo Jose picks it up. But that's about it. It's been a pretty quiet first quarter. But we've just about had the better of it. And of course had that lightning start. We've given it away from a throw in there at left back. Danilo Jose, it's not good enough. Elizondo has the shot. He's completely unmarked. But Moore tips it over the bar for a corner. Odegaard will take it for Arsenal to the back post. Hannafan heads away there. Excellent work from the central defender. And we keep Arsenal at bay with almost half an hour gone. As Moreira's got a free kick at the other end. Deflected shot. Haruna does really well to win it back though. And he's in possession again. Goes back to Chauvin on halfway. Finds Arlan. Might be my permanent holding midfielder. I'm almost not looking for a replacement now. Moreira chips it all the way back to John Moore. We've got De Vita progressing well too. So we might be well catered for in that area now. As Torres gives it to Haruna. Back to Ndu. Got acres of space to run into. No one with him. Goes alone. He probably should have laid that across because Torres was unmarked. In the end, Ramsdale makes his acrobatic save though. And it's over for a corner kick. Moreira will take it. Outswinger to the back post to striker. He loses out in the air and Du picks it up on the left. But can he make something of it still? Goes across central to Moreira. Up towards Torres. Just too high for him. And Tierney gets it back to Ramsdale. Only cleared as far as Arlan. And Du finds him again. Inside to Moreira. Finds Haruna. Loads of space. Shoots from distance. And Ramsdale tips it wide. Not the most convincing goalkeeping. But we all know he loves a camera save. Another corner kick. The pressure mounts. Moreira can put it in to the back post. Chauvin's up. Can't win it. Pavlovic there again. Arsenal clinging on a little bit in that few minutes. But they're up the other end now with a corner. Still 10 minutes to half time. And the man who won every header in his own box has just scored a bullet one in ours. A great header at the back stick. You've got to give it to him. I'd love to know how tall he is because he's winning everything. Pavlovic makes it 1-1. He is 6'4", 17 jumping reach, and on 175 grand a week. I think that explains everything. As Arsenal are back with another throw on the left. Don't bottle it here. Tomiyasu crosses. It's a great ball in. Jose heads away as far as Tierney. He cuts back to Odegaard. Tierney again. In on his left foot. John Moore's beaten at his near stick. We always bottle it before FA Cup games. Thankfully this means nothing. We're playing one of the best sides in the league. But it is frustrating given the start we had. And that's another mistake from Moore. He only does it on camera as Ricker's straight in at the other end. Probably should have done better than that. Arsenal gave it away in the edge of their own box from a throw-in. And Ricker blazes his shot over the bar. It's a decent half. It wasn't much in it to be honest. But we trail. We've got to get the nerves out of some of these lads. And with them all motivated, let's hope it's another late show for Hemel Hempstead. Well, 25 minutes left. We've got the fitness advantage. But let's go and make some subs. You can see that we're struggling with Haruna looking a bit nervous. Danilo Jose at left back not playing that well. I'm going to switch sides for him with Chauvin. And Albi Armin will make what might be a final appearance for the club. I'm going to replace Arlan, who's nervous in the holding role. We'll get a rare outing to De Vita. And then Toby Bliss is going to make his debut for the club. Haruna had his chance to shine. Didn't really take it, did he? 25 minutes left. Big moment for a potential wonder kid from the academy. 3 minutes remaining. Porto Carrero on the right for Arsenal. Tierney plays down the line to him. Armin should get there first. Mops up really well, but then loses it. And to be fair, with Haruna, with Armin, with Danilo Jose, we've put a few more average players on the pitch today. We've lost our creativity now, putting Bliss on as a number 10. With 3 to go, it's starting to show. Arsenal well on top. Though we've got a throw at the left-hand side, right in a dangerous position. Bliss finds Moreira up to the back stick. It's not in. How is it not in? Ricker's header at the back post. Ramsdale got something on it. It hits both posts and somehow goes out. It should have been a point, but it wasn't to be. It's always either side of the FA Cup games. But the next one is the final, and I will happily take a 2-1 defeat here if we win next week at Wembley. Let's go and find out if we can. It is fitness test time ahead of the FA Cup final, the first in Hemel Hempstead Town's history. There's some slight side notes off camera. We're now getting links with loads of staff from Wolves because they're one of the clubs that have been relegated. We're hoping to add there. We've had 3 or 4 players moaning about first team football, Kind of wish there was an option to say, we're in Europe next year, you're going to get a lot more game time. I can understand the frustration, we're going to have to play with that. But we will have a look at both staffing and the squad in the end of season review. For now though, it's this season's 5th v 6th in the Premier League. Manchester City v Hemel Hempstead Town. Of course we're underdogs. Of course they've got great players. They've got a very experienced team. We've got a very young one. We've got to make changes to our 11 because Shibinda is back at left back. Thank goodness as well, because Jose, he's not ready to play out there. Toby Bliss will be nowhere near the squad. We've got other changes to make too. And in the number 10 role, we've got to choose between Cordes and McNeil. I'm going to go for Cordes, just so I've got a sub-striker on the bench. The rest of the squad, though, it basically picks itself. I'm going to take out De Vita for Jose, and I'm going to leave the rest as it is. I might even have to put a keeper on. I'm going to do it. I'll bottle it and put a keeper on because you don't want that to happen in the FA Cup final. Our starting 11 that we're hoping will do the job before that is John Moore in goal. Please no more mistakes on camera. A back four of Chovan, Striker, Hanifan and Shibinda. We've got Arlan and Du, Moreira and Cordes, the midfield diamond. Ricker and Torres up front. Torres won Young Player of the Year in the Premier League. Had a really good season. They've got a really good partnership. There's loads of green through the spine of the team. They've got a great cohesion. Now let's see if it's enough to win an FA Cup final. If we do this, it will be one of the greatest achievements in any of my saves. To do it in 12 seasons is remarkable. Let's see if we can complete the job. Off to Wembley, where we've got an exceptional record to find out. 2 changes to our side, both of whom I would consider to strengthen us. Manchester City have made 8. Now I don't know if that's them strengthening their team after what happened in the last league game, because they were guaranteed 5th and couldn't move anywhere, or whether it's them weakening the team for the cup. I would imagine probably the former. We see the likes of Foden, Martinez, Delap, Torres the front four, Mariba and Tonali in the middle. I mean, that's a world-class 6 that maybe is just slightly past its prime. On the bench, they've got the likes of Wellington and Billy Gilmore. Some very interesting players there. And Javi Araujo is a left-back we wanted to sign years ago, but he's on far too much money at Manchester City. So let's go and win the trophy, show what we're capable of. We've got the lads motivated. We need something special here. We'll get through the tunnel interview and hopefully the FA Cup run culminates in a maiden trophy at the top level for us. And with just 2.5 minutes on the clock, we are back with a free kick in a very menacing position. Cordes, the man we're looking to replace this summer, but he almost went out with a bang. He hit the woodwork with a set piece. The first big chance goes begging. 10 minutes gone. It's been a quiet start. We'll take it as John Moore plays out from the back to Striker. Can we get on the front foot and get the first goal? Chauvin, going to be forced backwards here. Don't get caught in possession. Trying backflicks in your own third is not my ideal cup of tea, but we'll see what happens. He got away with it that time. Hanifan plays left to Shibinda. Should be well rested after 2 weeks off. Plays down the line to Torres. I have instantly tried to get him again, Shibinda. They won't loan him back. We can't afford the wage at the minute as Undo goes from 25 yards just over. Ederson was scrambling in goal. He's still going. Must be 37, 38, 39 years of age now. But still going very strong. 20 minutes gone. City have had the only shots on target. But there's been nothing between us really so far. And we're back in the last minute of the first half as we head towards 1 minute of added on time. Moreira puts a cross into the box which is headed away well, but he wins it back again for Cordes. Shibinda's a little narrow but finds Arlan and he goes inside to Moreira. Short to undo. Cordes got 2 strikers and the left back with him. Shibinda's one of them. Finds Moreira to undo. Cordes turns, shoots. Tipped over by Ederson. I thought he was going to try one of those delicate through balls, but he tried to catch the keeper out. He doesn't do so. It's over the bar. Cordes will take the corner. To the back post, headed away well. Ferran Torres, big clearance from him. And it's out to undo on the left. He finds Arlan. 5 seconds left. That will be half time surely. The whistle goes. It's 0-0. Just as it was in a semi-final at half time. And in the second half, we came on strong with a younger team and with superior fitness. We've got a younger team here. How is the fitness looking? As we start the second half, about level in fairness. If anything, they're slightly better because they were resting people last week. Shibinda's got a knock. I'm not taking him off. He's not going anywhere after what we saw last game. But at the hour mark, it's quiet. There's nothing happening. And I'm going to have to bite the bullet and make a change in a minute. As Chauvin throws in from the right, he's knackered, he might be the man to come off. Zagadou goes back to his keeper Ederson, out to Aaron Moore, the centre-half. He's got it again, chance to play forward, but City playing out from the back. Simeone's side being a little cautious, but here they come down the right. Kalulu attacks, no one presses him, so he puts it into the middle. Striker heads away, only as far as Raz, the left-back. Into Mariba, wide to Foden. Support from Raz, the fullback again. Mariba over to Foden. There's 2 or 3 making the run. Into the middle they go. Back to Raz, the left-back. Over the top of the crossbar. Just took a clip on its way through. But we're going to replace the booked and struggling Chauvin with Danilo Jose. Shabinda's got a knock, a left-back as well. I don't know what to do. I'm going to take off Arlan for Josh O'Brien because I can't afford to lose the height there. And Moreira's on a booking and struggling as well. So I think Panjovic will have to come on. It's not the 3 subs I would have liked to make. And if Shabinda gets injured, we'll lose the 4th to a defender as well. Hanifan gets very lucky there. Shabinda plays it back to him again. Can he carry the ball out? We just need a moment of magic. And late on, we should have the advantage here. Hanifan gives it to Torres. Back to Moreira. Over to Cordes. Is he onside? He's put the ball away. But I don't want to get too excited because it was incredibly close. Please let this be the moment. We're checking the goal. The goal's awarded. We lead with 15 minutes of the FA Cup final left. Moreira sets up the goal. He's off for Panjovic. This could be huge. It's been an even game. You could argue on the stats we don't deserve it. What we can't do here, though, is go to our back 5 at the end because we don't really have the players suited to it. But I think I might have to force it. Let's go to the tactics. We're going to put Carlos Torres as the number 10. Josh O'Brien in at centre-half. Panjovic will drop to the holding role. And Cordes will go deep line playmaker. It's the best I can do with it. 2 minutes plus stoppage time at Wembley. We've gone to the Mikel special to try and win the game. And I think we might do it, 1 minute to go. Hemel Hempstead Town, our FA Cup winners. That is a special, special result. A classic 1-0, which has fit in of so many of our great results this season. And the little gambles we took in the Arsenal game made sense as we see the worst ever handshake there. That is not a good animation. But who cares? The FA Cup will be lifted by Hemel Hempstead Town Football Club. What a moment for the Tudor Times. 103 episodes in, we've won our first domestic trophy. We go into the Europa League next season based both this result and finishing 6th in the league. And that is one hell of a way to finish what has been a brilliant year with so many of the young stars we've signed since reaching the Premier League really coming of age throughout this season. That is a very special way to remember. We are still, after 12 years, unbeaten at Wembley. We've never lost a game here. Incredible stuff. Let's get to the dressing room. What a performance. What a moment. And of course, the celebrations are chaotic. The Europa League qualification is sorted. And already, immediately, we've got people asking for better contracts. Arthur and Do wants 100 grand a week now. Of course, that makes sense, doesn't it? But we'll address all of that in the next episode. We'll do the end of season review. We'll look at the staffing and the squad plans for the summer. But tonight is a night of celebration because Hemel Hempstead Town win the FA Cup. And my boy John Moore gets man of the match. He's finally delivered in a big game. Let's finish on the competition screen to just reflect on that moment. We reached the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. We finished 6th in our 3rd Premier League season. And we finished there with the almighty achievement of winning my favourite competition, the FA Cup. We should reflect on how different it could have been. The points total that we got in our first Premier League season, with the goal difference included, would have left us 19th in the Premier League this year. So we've had our moments of luck along the way, even since reaching the Premier League. But it's all worth it here. If you did enjoy the episode, the culmination of a brilliant season at Wembley Stadium, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from 2 long-term stories. Let me know in the comments what on earth you thought of that. And give me your squad plan ideas before we get to the end of season review in 2 days' time. You can find the head coach tomorrow in the meantime. There's a link to the big 103 in that one in the eye above too. Up there, you'll also find a link to the Twitch channel, the football podcast, and the new merchandise store. And of course, above my head now, we will put a link to the big special episode in the head coach. But I'm not sure whether it matches what we've just seen in this one or not. We'll be back here for the season review in a couple of days' time, and I hope to see you there.